Get ready for the wildest, weirdest, and sometimes deadliest thrill rides ever built. These 10 attractions are as insane as they sound. Some are fun, some are terrifying, and a few are downright dangerous. Buckle up as we dive into 10 crazy theme park rides you won't believe actually exist. The water slide that killed. With a name that means insane in German, the Verrückt water slide lived up to its name, but not in a good way. Built at a water park in Kansas City, it was once the tallest water slide in the world. Riders were strapped into a raft and dropped down a steep enclosed slope at speeds up to 70 miles per hour. It looked thrilling, but behind the scenes, it was dangerously flawed, and sadly, it would end in tragedy. The slide wasn't designed by experts. It was made in-house by the park, raising serious safety concerns. In 2014, it even appeared on TV as part of an extreme water parks show. But just 2 years later, in 2016, a 10-year-old boy was killed in a horrific accident that led to its closure. The details are too awful to imagine, but the message is clear. Some rides cross the line between thrill and danger, and this one did so fatally. Terrifying drop ride in Canada. Just looking at the Yukon Striker will make your stomach flip. This wild ride is found in Canada's Wonderland in Vaughan, Ontario. It's called a dive coaster, and once you see it, you'll know why. The ride starts calmly, but don't be fooled. Soon, you're climbing a tall ramp that feels like it never ends. Then suddenly, you're hanging at the top, staring straight down. And then, whoosh! A sharp, vertical drop straight into a dark tunnel that feels way too close for comfort. If you're still holding your lunch, congratulations, but it's far from over. After that scary drop, the Yukon Striker throws you into sharp twists and dizzying turns. There are even more tunnels, each one making you second-guess your life choices, especially the corn dogs and cotton candy. It's thrilling, terrifying, and completely unforgettable. Just make sure your seatbelt and your nerves are tight because this ride is not for the faint of heart. Japan's underwater roller coaster. What if a roller coaster suddenly disappeared underwater? In Cosmoland Amusement Park in Yokohama, Japan, there's a ride that does just that. Theme parks love to get creative, and this one really went wild. The Vanish roller coaster looks normal at first, fast, twisty, and full of excitement, but then out of nowhere, the track dives sharply toward a huge pool. The coaster seems to vanish into the water, making your heart skip a beat. From some angles, it really looks like the coaster crashes straight into the pool. But thankfully, there's a hidden tunnel beneath the water. Even knowing that, it still feels super scary when you see the splash and feel like you're about to dive off the track. It's one of those moments where you scream, laugh, and maybe hold on a little tighter. It's weird, it's wild, and it's one unforgettable underwater thrill ride. Zipline into Godzilla's mouth. Imagine flying straight into the mouth of a giant Godzilla. At a theme park in Japan, thrill seekers can do just that. This one-of-a-kind ride begins with visitors standing on a platform, getting strapped into a zip line. Then, whoosh, you're flying right into the open jaws of a life-size Godzilla. It's scary, exciting, and seriously cool all at once. If you love that rush of fear mixed with fun, this wild ride is definitely made for you. Once inside the monster, the adventure continues with a shooting game where you try to stop Godzilla from growing bigger. The massive beast stands 75 feet tall and stretches 180 feet long, huge enough to give anyone chills. The entire park is full of Godzilla-themed fun, from food shaped like him to a full museum. It's not just a ride, it's a monster-sized experience that'll leave your heart racing and your camera full. Glass Bridge Horror in China. Would you walk on a glass bridge 300 feet in the air? In China's Grand Canyon, brave tourists tried just that, but it's not for the faint of heart. China has over 2,300 glass bridges built high in beautiful scenic spots. These see-through walkways offer amazing views and a serious case of vertigo. But when winds reach 90 miles per hour, one man got more thrill than he bargained for. When glass panels started blowing away beneath his feet. Yes, the wind actually shattered several panels, including the one directly under him. He was left clinging to the bridge frame, dangling over the giant drop below. Just imagine that moment, heart pounding, hands shaking, hoping the next gust doesn't send you flying. Luckily, he was rescued. But this wild experience turned a tourist stroll into a life or death moment. It's the kind of story you never forget and probably never want to repeat. Trapped with the killer crocodile. Would you dare swim with a crocodile? In Darwin, Australia, there's a wild attraction called the Cage of Death, and yes, it's just as intense as it sounds. At Crocosaurus Cove, brave visitors hop into a clear, thick plexiglass tube and get lowered into the water, right next to a giant saltwater crocodile. You're just inches away from one of the deadliest creatures in Australia, staring it in the eyes as it swims around you. Of course, you're completely safe, at least that's the idea. The cage is strong, the environment is controlled, and the crocs are well fed. Still, it feels terrifying. These crocodiles are huge and powerful, and being so close to one sends chills down your spine. It's a rare, heart-pounding chance to see these ancient beasts up close without becoming their lunch. For thrill lovers, this might just be the ultimate underwater dare. Deadly river ride horror. This isn't just a scary ride, it was a real-life nightmare. The Thunder River Rapids ride at Dreamworld in Australia may have looked like a fun water-based adventure, but behind the scenes, it was a disaster waiting to happen. In October 2016, 4 people tragically died when the ride malfunctioned. The inquest revealed that it wasn't just a freak accident. The ride had serious issues, and it's shocking that it didn't kill anyone earlier. For 30 years, the ride operated without proper safety checks or upgrades. It had major system failures, and the day it finally gave out, it became one of the worst amusement park tragedies ever. The truth is chilling. If you ever rode Thunder River Rapids and walked away, you were incredibly lucky. This attraction wasn't thrilling, it was deadly. A reminder that not every ride is as safe as it seems, no matter how fun it looks on the surface. America's most dangerous theme park. Action Park in New Jersey wasn't just wild, it was straight up dangerous. Opened in 1978. It became famous for its wild and unusual rides. People from all over New York and New Jersey came to experience the madness. But while the attractions were unique, many were badly designed, and accidents happened all the time. The staff was often young, poorly trained, and even drunk. Just like many of the guests, it was chaos wrapped in a water park. Locals gave it nicknames like Accident Park and Class Action Park because so many people got hurt, it was like asking for a lawsuit. At least 6 people died on the rides, and countless others were injured. From looping water slides to slippery tracks, safety clearly wasn't a top priority. Action Park may have sounded fun, but it became legendary for all the wrong reasons. It was less amusement and more survival. If you made it out unhurt, you were lucky. Trapdoor waterslide madness. Ever stood on a trapdoor just waiting to fall? That's exactly how the Aqualoop water slide kicks off. It's not your average slide. This one starts with the floor vanishing beneath your feet. One moment you're standing, the next you're dropping straight down into a twisting, looping tube. The whole slide is see-through, so everyone outside gets to watch as you zip through the loop like a marble in a pipe. It's fast, scary, and seriously wild. For all the twists and heart-racing drops, you're suddenly dumped into a splash pool without warning. There's no graceful ending, just a giant splash and possibly the world's worst wedgie. It's thrilling and a little bit hilarious, especially for the people watching. The Aqualoop is the kind of ride that leaves you soaking wet, a little shaken, and laughing all the way back to your towel. If you love extreme water slides, this one's a wild ride worth the scream. America's tallest drop tower, disappointment? Falcon's Fury at Busch Gardens in Tampa, Florida sure looks impressive at first. Standing at 335 feet, it's the tallest freestanding drop tower in the United States. But here's the thing, it's all over in about 10 seconds. You go up slowly, face down at the top, and then zoom straight down toward the ground. Sounds intense, right? Yet somehow, it leaves riders with more of a meh than a scream. Even thrill seekers seem underwhelmed. The ride boasts height, but not much else. There's barely any buildup, and by the time you're getting into it, it's already over. Compared to other adrenaline-pumping rides, Falcon's Fury feels more like a one-punch knockout without any real suspense. Sure, it's tall, and the face-down drop is cool, but it's missing that spark that makes a ride unforgettable. Sometimes, it's not just how far you fall. So, would you dare try any of these insane rides? Whether you're chasing thrills or just watching from a safe distance, these attractions prove that theme parks can be as wild as they are risky. If you enjoyed this ride through madness, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss out on more shocking stories. Let us know in the comments, what's the craziest ride you've ever been on? See you in the next video.